So the tour didn't start until 1999. The aim of that is really to expose those writers to as many people as possible. And also, again, to build community around literature. So when we talk about the tour is both a reading, but those writers also go into communities and teach workshops. They visit schools, and they invite the community to participate in the act of creating literature.
So my challenge for you in the coming minutes is to start a poem in your mother's voice. Either you can do like what he's done, which is write the entire poem in her voice, or give her the first line and think about, when you're writing it, think about, you know, how she would say it, the certain speech patterns that she would have, and then you can launch from there into anything you want to. But if in fact you can start with a line that when you were a teenager she always shouted out the door after you as you were leaving with the keys to the car, you know, that's a way in. That sort of grounds you immediately in something, in a memory, you know, in a time, in a place.
One day when my sister and I wondered what the end of a rainbow looked like, she loaded us up into her old beaten Toyota, and we took off down the sagebrush highway searching for that pot of gold. She zipped around on her old motorcycle, trekked through our South Dakota hills, with one daughter on her back and another cradled in her arms. Learned how to shoot a gun, taught her girls how to drive a stick, and how to walk alone. And now she says, "How come you girls are so strong?" And I can only stare at her and smile.
It's a really hard thing what I ask my students in workshop to do today, you know. Here's 20 minutes, come up with a good draft, and now share it with people you don't even know, right? And they did it, and they did beautifully with it, and I thought, I gotta go get to work, you know. This is really inspiring.
The hallmark of the personal nature essay is intimacy. I think we all share something really important, and that is these natural treasures that are all around us, that need protection, that need the talent you have individually and collectively, so that we can use these things as our weapons. One of the most important things is recording details, like a scientist would.
He carried me out into the cold and the singing, a singing that seemed as if it came from the brown tall grass and the wind and the earth itself. I curled against my father's chest. It was warm and strong and smelled of tobacco. "Look," he said, "see them?" He lifted me up, and there, near the top of the hill, a brown-gray dog creature disappeared into the snow. "Wild," my father said, "they're gone like ghosts." I didn't understand all of his words, but I understood his voice. It was warm like his chest. I cuddled against it, warm and strong.
So I went on the Oregon Book Award tour when my first book, Generation Fix, was a finalist. And I got to go to Eastern Oregon, which is quite far away from Portland and really is another world. And it was really wonderful for me in so many ways. Doing the reading in the libraries and the bookstores there, I reached a community that I don't think I would have been able to reach otherwise.
I mean, I think the word make is the new definition of what libraries are going to be, what, you know, independent literary centers like this are going to be. It's like, how are you engaging your community in making something? And that's sort of the future of it. And that's why the Book Award Tour is, you know, evolving into that process of really engaging folks in making great literature and making literature of their own.